Okay, perhaps you answered, but which do you think is the biggest problem in Zambia?
The biggest problem in Zambia is one, education. Education is very expensive. Everything starts with education. Education drives the whole economy. Yes. And people are facing high level of unemployment. People who are managing to get educated, they are facing high level of unemployment because Zambia has not invested much in the industries. Yes, quite right, we have natural resources, we've got good lands, we've got minerals and what, but we have not invested much in them. Yes, so...
Which could be the solution to the lack of education and also the lack of work?
The solution is to bring in investors who will manage to run those and utilize them nicely. Not bringing in investors like you bring in an Indian who come and make chips in Cairo Road and you say is an investor. No, that's not investment. That is things for the Zambian. Someone comes from India and starts selling apples in the street and you say is an investor. He's going to employ someone and pay 150 pin per month. That is not investment. We should utilize our investment. When we say investors, we should bring people who are going to do the manufacturing. If I can tell you that Zambia does not manufacture not even a single paper. Everything we have to get from South Africa. Apples we have to get from South Africa. Even water, like aqua, we have to come from South Africa. Then what are we going to do as Zambians? It's high time we have to wake up, put up industries here in Zambia. Bring in investors who are going to help to move the country ahead. We have to put limitations on the investors. So what type of investors are we looking into? What type of investors do we want? Do we want investors who come from China to start making pies in the streets? Or do we need investors who come from China and start manufacturing maybe clothes? Because all the clothes we are wearing, they have to come from South Africa. They have to come from India. They have to come from China. What type of investors are we looking in? Those are the issues we have to look. What is the protection for the country? In terms of the investors. Are the investors secured? Because for an investor to come, he has to look at what is the protection. How am I going to secure my investment? Those are the major factors we have to look in. And the other thing, which is bringing Zambia a little bit down, is on the banks. You know, we as Zambians, we are treated very badly with the banks. You find people who come all the way from Europe and want to have an access to the loans so quickly. Yes, but with us, I have told you, I've applied to about 5 banks. Yes, I've applied to 5 banks asking for a very, very small loan of $2,000 to start my business. Nothing. They need a collateral. They want maybe a house. I give title deeds for the house or something else as a security for them. You see? So that means that they don't have trust in us that we can pay it back. So only if the banks can have, let's say, a way to provide to extend their services to Zambian entrepreneurship, then Zambia will develop, because all these people are keeping their degrees and certificates, the respective diplomas, in their homes. They will have employment. But because of that, Zambia has been hit with a high level of unemployment. If I can tell you that the poverty level in Zambia is 70%. It's very sad. Not that we are poor, because our mind is poor. We've got a lot of resources. Failing to utilize it. But you cannot utilize it when you don't have the funds. That's the problem. So it's high time small entrepreneurs should be given a priority. And that's how we'll start. Everything has to start small. Very few things will start big. Yeah? We don't need, as I said, if an entrepreneur in Zambia can manage to sell this apple in Cairo, Then why do you need an entrepreneur from India to come and sell the apple in Cairo? Then we don't need we need an entrepreneur from India to come and maybe manufacture paper or to come and...
Okay.